Hi, advocates. This is Rhonda Otteson, Executive Director of the Minnesota Coalition for the Homeless. We are excited to bring you a recap of the policy and funding achievements from the 2023 legislative session. But first, I want to start this video with one word: gratitude. Your commitment and engagement to advocating for the solutions to prevent and address homelessness and create and preserve homes was tremendous. With 86 shelter projects across the state looking to enhance or create shelter spaces, a $100 million one-time investment in shelter capital is a huge win. This much-needed investment will allow shelters to enhance and increase their capacity to support a growing need in many communities across the state. The legislature funded a $30 million increase for the 24-25 fiscal year and a $55 million increase in the 26-27 fiscal year for the Emergency Services Program. This essential program provides a flexible source of operating dollars to shelter providers across the state. The new base budget for the Emergency Services Program will be almost $69 million per biennium.
This is Matt, and letting you know that the Family Homeless Prevention and Assistance Program received an increase of $95 million in one-time funding, and the Landlord Risk Mitigation Program was included as an eligible use under the Family Homeless Prevention Assistance Program and under the Bridges Rental Assistance Program as eligible uses of the funding.
Hi, this is Zara, and I'm here to share with you some major changes that were made to the housing support program for people that reside in community-based settings, which is where they have their own lease and complete a habitability inspection. Starting in October 2024, recipients will only be required to pay up to 30% of what the state deems unearned income. Examples of that include SSI, veterans benefits, and child support. Previously, recipients were needing to pay up to 90% of any unearned income, so this will have a huge impact for housing support recipients that are in community-based settings. In addition to this, stipends for people with lived experience will also be fully excluded from countable income starting in August of this year, and tribal per capita payments will be fully excluded starting in January of 2024.
This is Kate with an update on housing infrastructure appropriations. Housing infrastructure was funded at $200 million, doubling the previous highest investment made in building deeply affordable housing and preserving public housing across Minnesota. An additional $85 million in public housing rehab was included.
This is Matt, and I just wanted to say thanks to all the advocates for sharing in all of the efforts that went into making all of these amazing legislative outcomes happen. It was truly because all of us came through one voice that the legislators listened and passed this amazing legislative victory.
I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to everyone with lived experience of homelessness who has shown up in every way possible. Your tireless advocacy over the years has been absolutely crucial, and we could not have done this without you. Whether you helped shape our policy agendas, attended Homeless Day on the Hill, testified, completed action alerts, met with your lawmaker, gathered community members, or advocated in so many other ways, you are the reason why these historic investments into ending homelessness were achieved this year.
Kate again. Huge thanks to all of you, incredible advocates partners who engaged in our social media efforts. Thank you for lifting up your stories and sharing about the need for investments in programs and policies that provide safe, welcoming, accessible, and dignified spaces for everyone experiencing homelessness all across Minnesota.
In all, historic investments across the entire continuum of housing were made. The Governor, House, and Senate reached a budget agreement that prioritized solutions that see the individuality of each person's experience of homelessness, funding programs with flexible means of preventing homelessness, and assisting folks on their journey to a permanent home. Thank you again. Shelter saves lives. Housing ends homelessness.